Good morning, everyone. This is Lola Rist with LolaRist.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And give me a minute to get this pulled up on my Facebook page and we will get started. We are going to play today with some new product that is from the new Holiday Mini Catalog. And I'm going to tell you right now, the paper that is in this All About Autumn suite, it's pretty in the catalog, but it's not until you see it in person that it really just stuns. It is gorgeous. Give me a second now. Okay. Morning, Jamie. Morning, Ann. Nice to have you with us today. So have you guys looked and studied the catalog with this All About Autumn? This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to go on ahead and get started because I have several things I want to show. Okay. So the plan is for me to take my computer with me next weekend. So hopefully next Monday I'll be able to video for where I'm at. But hi, Tina. Nice to have you with us. I want to show you first a card. And if you have not signed up on my newsletter that is located on LolaRist.com, please do so. If anything, I've discovered with Facebook Live, I lost so many ways of connecting with people because we didn't have a backup in place. Please sign up for my newsletter. That way we have a connection somewhere that I can get hold of you if something happens. Follow me on YouTube, follow me on Facebook, all these things. But again, if something happened like with Facebook, I had several people that we could not connect because that was the only way that we had connected was on Facebook and Messenger. All right, so I am doing a post every Monday for online products, online exclusive. If you don't see them, you don't know that they're there. And this is one of the first things that came out when they started the online exclusives earlier in the year. And it's not one that you see a lot. It's called Growth Takes Time. It's a stamp set only, and it's this little sprout of a tree. And actually it starts with the seedling, but the seedlings are located, so here's one. Here's one right here in this top corner. And all I did was I took Sea Soft foam or Soft Sea foam, whichever one. I mix them up. Whichever one it is, and I stamped the images on the back on that same paper so it's tone on tone. And then I just went on ahead and put another mat inside. And here's the tree for the day, the full tree. And so my Monday mornings, I usually put something out for that as an online exclusive. And I'm trying not to do something that's already on my videos or on my blogs. So if you've not signed up for the newsletter, please do so. This is a beautiful one. And I look at my kids. You know, school is starting all over for people this week and next week. And I'm just thinking, we've got a kindergartner going next week. She's kind of nervous. She's scared. You know, she's going to be that little seedling. And then I think of the seniors, and here they are ready to go, and they're stuck with this last year, and they are the full-grown tree ready to go. And it really spoke to me as a perfect way to look at education. So anyhow, there's my card that is on my MailChimp email that you will get, but you won't see it anyplace else. So we're going to play today with this beautiful DSP called All About Autumn, I believe. Yep, All About Autumn. And Pam and I showed this last week. But if you missed out and didn't get to see it, I'm going to zip through it real fast here. These are stunning, and they don't really show as well in the catalog as they are in person. So I know several of you have already signed up for my paper shares, and this will be included, and you get 1/4 of it, and you're going to be so thankful that you have this paper coming. There's this one, and then the mauve. So a lot of these will have a copper. It's not gold. It's like copper metallic on the back. Beautiful. Then there's this one. And this one. Like Georgia Clay. So that was Moody Mauve and Georgia Clay. Beautiful pumpkins with Pretty Peacock. More Pretty Peacock with a mosaic pattern on the back. And again, all of these have on the back side, I think most every one of them has some kind of foil accent. Okay, so we've seen that one. Here's this one with the wood grain, and then this real modern looking pattern on the Moody Mauve. There's this one here, and this is Mossy Forest. And then the beautiful trees from overhead looking down on them. Not my favorite, but that's okay because this is one of my favorites. All right, like a herringbone type. Well, I guess it's not really herringbone, but it kind of is. It's kind of got that movement to it. Another beautiful fall scene. Isn't that gorgeous? There's the backside of that one that we saw earlier. And we're getting close, I think, to repeating now. There's that one. And this one. This one's new because we've not seen the leather tufted couch or this one. Good morning, Mary and Jonna. Nice to have you join us. And I think we are just about there. Another one that's kind of a modern looking pattern. And that should be it. We are back to the beginning of where we were. Well, no, that's different. Okay. Now we're back. Now we're back. So this is all about autumn. And today we're going to use everything that is in the autumn suite because it's just darn awesome. It truly is. It is gorgeous. So we're going to start first with the card that I'm going to use. And I like to keep some cards in my room. And I like to keep them and I put them up for display. I have special stands that my son made for me that I can tuck multiple cards in and it will make them stand. And it also works great whenever the girls and I play Uno because I can go grab those suckers and they can use those to put all their Uno cards in it. See, it's multitasking. So this is a card that I used last year and I fell in love with that blue paper. And I just hadn't changed this one out because I really like this. And it's just a simple card that has a completely different look to it because of this fun fold. And I'm going to use this one. Even though it's an old card, I'm going to use the idea and I'm going to repeat it with the new paper. Okay? So we're going to start with a piece of Mossy Meadow, and I will post my measurements tomorrow as a PDF. So I've scored it at 5.5, and I think this is 8 1/4 is what it is. Okay. And then I also have 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And this is going to be Cajun Craze. I'm going to tuck it right here. And then I'm going to take, and this was really hard for me because basically I lost a whole piece of paper with this one piece when that is only 6 by 6 and I need a map that is 5 1/4 by 4. I had to make a decision and it was really hard because I really love this paper on both sides and I really hate to use that big, but I thought it made the card. So I'm going to go on ahead and use it. And that just gives me an excuse to buy more. Used to be, I don't know about you guys, but I used to not use my DSPs very often because, good gosh, what if we used them all and we got them gone before we, and couldn't get any more? And so then you got to where you didn't use them at all because you just kept hoarding them in case they would go. So I need the same thing. I need a mat on this outside flap. So I'm going to go on ahead and put that one on here. Again, my measurements will be online tomorrow with my post. Did you guys have a good weekend? We had a busy one. We have got all of the cards cut for Christmas card class tomorrow. Everything, I'm bagging it up today, and everything will be packaged up, ready to go for mail and pickup for anyone tomorrow morning. Tutorials are typed. I'm on it. Okay. And we are just moving along here. And that's going to be on the inside. And I'm going to go on ahead and put this down. But before I do, I want to take, I have this little strip of this paper. Oh, I'm sorry you lost your signal. Everybody else still there? I'm going to take this little strip because gosh darn it, that is too beautiful to not use. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to use it to embellish the inside. And I could either go that way. Oh, you're hearing Jim at the ice machine. Yep, I like it on this side better. So I'm gonna go on ahead and do one on this strip here. Jim, if I run and get you a die, could you cut one for me?
Is it still over here?
No, I've got to go back in there. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna give Jim the die and he'll cut it for me. I had it cut yesterday, but I can't find it. No need, found it. Thank you, though. I found it. If I ever got here all at one time, you guys would think something had happened. You know, hell hath frozen over. Lola's completely ready. So I'm going to go ahead and put that here. But now I have to think this through a little bit. Because when I fold this, it's going to go this way. So do I want that here? Or do I want it here? And I think I like it better on this side. So I'm going to go on ahead and put this down. Now Jim's saying crap, so he must have forgot something too, just like me. All right. Nope. Let's see if we can get this back up. Kind of off-centered. Better. Better. Okay. All right, so this will go this way. So we're going to go on ahead and we're going to put this one right here. It's going to be on the outside. So I'm going to post this tomorrow, this PDF, and I'd love to see you guys try some of these. This is an easy one, and it really looks challenging, but it's very, very easy. And it can work for so many different things. You can use them for masculine or children's cards. Oh, wouldn't that be cute with that Zany Zoo? And some little ones, or baby card. A baby card would be really cute because you could do this, open it up for your greeting, and you could have a pocket inside here for a check or cash or for a gift card, any of those things, okay? All right, so now I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna post it here. This will close and that will close. So that's what it looks like at this point, okay? So let's go on ahead and get that ready to go. So let's put it on the back side, the adhesive. Now, because this is a metallic paper, I'm gonna put a lot of adhesive, but I may have to come back and put tear and tape. I don't know. Sometimes metallic doesn't take everything. And I'm gonna center it. Best if I just take it and center it first. So I'm gonna kind of count. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Let's come down a little. And there we go. Okay. So Mossy Meadow and Cajun Craze is what we've got going first. Okay. So we're gonna go on ahead, and here's the ribbon. And is that not gorgeous ribbon? That is beautiful ribbon. We may just tie it this way. Since I'm not using a, excuse me, I'm not using a gift card there, I can do this and tie the ribbon. I'm not always a knot or a, that would work too, Johnny, you're right. She said that some of the demos are saying they're having problems getting it to tighten down because the metallic, there's a little texture to it, I guess. And so they're trying to put glue to use it instead to help hold in place. I want you, Chris, did you notice if you're here, I actually had those on me today. Oh, to lose that 1 inch. Okay, so there's our ribbon. There are 2 parts to this ribbon. There's this one, which, my gosh, they could have given me 2 full rolls of nothing but that ribbon. That is that beautiful. And then there's this one. And I've mentioned before, I'm not one to use wide inched ribbon. I like smaller, narrow ribbons, but I do use these things for tying up packaging. Like if I were to take zucchini bread to our neighbors, I would tie it with a real pretty ribbon in the package, that kind of thing. But Pam and I were talking about this last week. I said I wondered if you could stamp on it. You know, last year we had a linen thread that you could stamp on. And this one has the same texture to it. So I'm just going to play, and I'll either ruin an inch or 2 of my stamp, of my ribbon. Look at that. Perfect. Love it. Now we're going to let this set here for a few minutes and just see before I leave if it actually bleeds out into the ribbon. Because right at this moment it looks perfect, but we'll see. All right, so I'm going to go on ahead and take the label. This is from the leaf set. The dies have real intricate, detailed veins that are actual dies, and you can either stamp those on with a stamp and then use heat and stick and then gold leafing, or you could actually cut them out of foil paper. They're going to be very, very difficult to glue. I do believe that. So I think the heat and stick would be better. But this is one of the new labels that they have. They have 3. And then they have this greeting here that says, Autumn teaches us that change can be beautiful. Let's see if I can get that darker. There we go. Autumn teaches us that change can be beautiful, and it will just fit in here. I offset it just a hair, so when I take this off, it's going to have moved over that way because I'm going to put leaves on this other side. Okay, and while I'm at it, this is actually from a Christmas stamp set, but it works because it looks like sprigs of little sprig. And I'm just going to tuck it in up here and here on the greeting part of it. It was on my table, so therefore it gets used. And then we're going to put dimensionals behind this. So probably the hardest part of this is actually cutting all the pieces. It is not a hard card to put together at all. Let's tuck it over here. And then I took the leaf dies and I ran them using some of the gold paper that was still here. I had those strip that I could use instead of throwing it away. I'm going to put that in there. Of course, you could also use the backside, but I like the green. This is the copper oxidized paper that is in the suite. There is one that's got copper foil, and then there's one that's got Pretty Peacock. I went with this because I wasn't using the Pretty Peacock. And then they have a little leaf die. They have multiple leaf dies. And there is a distressed foil, embossing folder. And I took those. I don't know if you can see that. These were not, but these are all embossed. Let me hold my hand down here so you can see. I'll let me pull it down so you can see where I textured them, just to add a little more detail to it. Okay, let me get the names of those. I wish I could show you the page, but I can't. We can't show the catalog other than the cover. Okay, so I used the Autumn. The suite comes with the Autumn Leaves bundle, which is the stamp set and also all the dies. I haven't used the embellished dots yet, but I'm getting ready to. And then it comes with the copper and natural ribbon, which is the one I've been showing. And look, this is stamped and that's not bled out at all. So it's going to be one that you can stamp on, which makes it even more versatile. Then you have the distressed tile embossing folder, which is what I used on the leaves. And then we have the oxidized copper. That's what they're calling it. The oxidized copper specialty paper, which is all of this is included in my paper shares, and then all about Autumn. So we are going to have gotten through everything that was used in this suite. So I'm just going to group my leaves here in a way. Now this would have been a nice time to have had a black dimensional. I don't use the mini dimensionals, very rarely. And I don't even think I have a packet of the black. I think I only bought them once or twice. Okay. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to start with this. Morning, Arla. Nice to have you with us. And I think the way I hid my dimensionals away from the seams, you can't see it. And I'm going to tuck my leaves in like so. And then I'm going to just tuck one or two over here like so. And my card will be done. This is always the hardest part for me, is tucking. Anybody else have problems tucking? Okay, I like that. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back. I could never be a floral designer at a flower shop because I would be forever pulling out, putting back, pulling out, putting back. It's just not my thing. All right, so there's that tuck. I want to get under there a little more, but I can't. But I can, because I'll just cut it off. I'll shorten it, and then I ought to be able to go under there a little bit more. A little more. Okay, and my little leaf here. Tucked in there. Use a glue dot. Oh, Vicki, it is beautiful. This paper is gorgeous. And Vicki, you are a floral designer. You can do just about anything you set your mind to craft-wise. You are such a crafty person. Mine always looked so beginnerish with flowers. Let's put that up there so we can see it a little better. Always looked like, yeah, she's a beginner. If you're from around this area, we have a florist named Tina Belmer. Her Designs by T. Oh my gosh. Now there is another designer. When she did our daughter's wedding, Megan's colors were aubergine purple, and she, like an eggplant purple, okay, and yellow, and they were gorgeous. And she took eggplants, this gal did, eggplants, and she put eggplants, she stood them up, she cut the tops off, she hollowed out the eggplants, and they were vases with all the flowers coming out. I'm telling you guys, it was gorgeous. See, mine kind of tuck here and there, kind of looks not that good. I know it's not the normal, but you love to do all the tucking. Oh my gosh, good for you. Anne likes to tuck. So let's get a few of these embellishments. And I think, let's start with some that are just because there's so much orange going on here and rust and so much green, I want them to be visible. So I'm going to go with some smaller of the beige. And there's my card, guys. All right. So I started, let me clear my spot here. I started with this one that I had used from last year that I still had in my room that I love. And I just simply turned it into this one here. All right, let's see if I can get them both on here. Yep. So here's my old one. Nothing fancy. Here's my new one. There it is. This paper is stunning. I'm not so sure this isn't going to be one of the most popular papers of all. It is gorgeous. So if you haven't got it ordered, haven't got it on your wish list, get the suite on your wish list. If you haven't signed up for paper shares, go on ahead and do that. And don't forget that you can stamp. Look, we can stamp on ribbon, and that ribbon hasn't bled out anywhere. Oh, thank you. That makes me look professional. Mary says my tucking looks perfect. Oh, it is a favorite of mine too. Vicki, did you hear that? She said it was perfect. Can you hire me to help you sometime with your flowers? Look at this. Isn't that beautiful how you can stamp on this ribbon? I wonder how it ties. Let's just, it's very soft. So let's just try. I just don't like wide ribbon. And I know a lot of people have said they don't either. It's just kind of, it takes a lot of space. But look how pretty of a bow it makes. So if you were making like I said, taking your neighbors some zucchini bread or whatever in a not a Ziploc bag, but a pretty cellophane bag. There it is. It ties really pretty. Very, very pretty. Okay, so there's my card for today, guys. I'll be back tomorrow on my Facebook Live. Not my Facebook Live, but on my blog with all the measurements. Pam and I are going live today on our group page. Tonight we'll be live at 7 because we're just going to, you could stamp it and put it down the side of the inside. You could do that here. Instead of this, you could have stamped it and put it down the side of the inside. That would have worked too. So many other things. And you use it as a strip under the tag sometimes. See, you guys, you're so creative with your ribbons and stuff. So there it is. There's my card. And I will talk with you later. Thank you for being with me. God bless. Say a prayer for all the teachers and the kids going back to school. It's hard for all of them. Teachers have had a really stressful few years since COVID. And it's really changed our kids a lot. Our children have changed a lot since COVID. Anyhow, say a prayer for them because we need our teachers. We need them desperately. Kids need them. So anyhow, take care. God bless. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.